Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I hope you're doing good. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about a topic, control, but I want to take a little twist on that today. First of all, this one's a big topic for me. I definitely struggle with control, and I know that a lot of you who are experiencing betrayal trauma, um, going through divorce, abuse, all of these very traumatic experiences are also feeling this control. So first, I want to validate. So before we go, like this isn't about shame or starting to create some self-judgment here, okay? Or more that you already have going on for yourself. But I want to really start off by just validating for you when we feel this this really deep need to control, um, whether it's other people or circumstances in our lives. This control shows up as a protective mechanism when you've gone through trauma, okay? It's your brain's way of protecting you. And so first and foremost, just take a deep breath and recognize that this has shown up for a reason, okay? Um I see so many women go into this self-judgment and shame and even get blamed for this when we just need to see why it's happening, and then we can start working on trying to not to worry about controlling the things outside of our control bubble, but what we have control over right inside. And this takes time and it takes practice. I know that there were a lot of times when that was pointed out to me in my life, how controlling I was, and I could see it, but it felt like I couldn't help it in a way. Like it just, again, not realizing the extent of my abuse and trauma at the time. Um, it was showing up consistently because of that, but I just kept living in so much shame and blame and trying to just keep fixing myself. And anyways, I was just spinning. So I just want you to just start recognizing that first and foremost and just settling into that and noticing when it comes up and just, oh, okay, there it is again. All right, what can I control? Okay, so I want to just get that out of the way first and foremost. So the other morning I had to get my little puppy to her groomer, and I had to do it before work. And so I had this small window of time before I had to get her there. And so I got her up early in the morning and took her outside to go to the bathroom. And I'm standing there like, okay, let's go potty. Okay, let's go potty. And she's just standing there looking at me. And I'm like, come on, we gotta go. I have to go. I'm like, come on, time, time, time. And I'm trying to like get her to understand that we're on a time limit. And she's just standing there looking at me, not moving. Now, mind you, every morning before when I take her out and I say potty time, she just goes potty. But I swear it's like kids, right? When my kids, it's like they instinctively knew I had to be somewhere on time and they just decided to pitch an absolute fit. This was like her pitching a fit. And she just refused to go to the bathroom and she just stood there. Okay. Now I am doing everything I can like to get this little thing to go. I'm like running in the house, getting her treats, and I'm like dangling them in front of her because I'm not above bribery and nothing. Then I start getting mad and I'm yelling at her. So now I'm reacting and feeling all this anger. Nothing. She's just standing there. And now she's just chasing bugs. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then I go into my super sweet, like playful voice and trying to like play her and kindly love her into pooping. And that didn't work. Nothing. So frustrating. And I'm starting to get really mad. And I'm stomping in the house, leaving her out there yelling about how she's such a pain in the arse. And then I go back outside and I start yelling at her again. And she's just looking at me like, what, mom? Now, I realized I have zero control over this dog or anyone else in that house for that matter. And here's what I want to show you, okay? That Stella is not feeling my anger. That little puppy is not feeling my frustration or my manipulation tactics. I am. I am the only one feeling those emotions. All of it. That was just affecting me, not her. She had zero anger. She had zero frustration. She was just taking in the morning air and watching me buzz around her. We have people in our life who seem to be standing there staring at you or in this space while you're just doing this angry dance and dancing around them, and they're not feeling what you're feeling. Your emotions are just for you. When we are dealing with an emotionally charged situation where the stakes in life are a lot higher than getting your dog to go to the bathroom, the same principle applies. Okay. What we feel is ours to feel. which in all honesty is really great news, because if the opposite were true, if we could only feel the emotions based on what other people do or don't do, or change or not change, then I would still be hurting from the actions of my ex-husband. So this is a beautiful gift, this gift of agency, right? So okay, here's where I'd like to take this. Now, if you have been with me for a while, you've heard me say over and over how important it is to feel your feelings, that what you resist persists. But what I'd like to offer you today is that the emotion of love is also an emotion that you and you alone feel. You cannot make anyone feel your love either. And no one can make you feel loved. Think about that. It's all your thoughts. Remember, your thoughts create your emotion. And it's your thoughts about all of it that create your emotions. Therefore, love is always an option. I've had people ask me how I can even sit in the same room with my ex after all of the abuse. And that's because sometimes I choose love. Now, notice I said the word sometimes, okay? Because there is a tree in a nearby park that has 60 eggs smashed into it from the other night. And that tells you how serious I mean about the word sometimes. Okay. That night, I did not choose love. But again, he did not feel my anger when I threw all of those eggs into the tree and swore like a sailor. I did. That whole experience was mine. Those emotions were mine. And then afterwards, I chose to change those thoughts because I was done feeling anger. Anger was only affecting my experience that night, not his. His was most likely feeling like he won, and that's okay. That's his emotions and his bubble. When I had to see him coming up this next week, I will practice choosing thoughts that create love in my body. I'm just going to keep practicing. Now, for me, that's thoughts like, this is so great that I get to see my son play ball. Bam, love. Or I am so blessed that I have an amazing life that, God and I created. Bam, love. I am so glad that he is not my business, but God's business. Whew, relief, right? You do not have to be held captive by your emotions, and you can choose to feel whatever you want despite the other person's choices or circumstances that we cannot control. I could not make my puppy poop. Okay. So, what can I do? Look at her stinking cute face, pick her up and tell her that she's going to have one a heck of a time holding it while she's getting groomed. Bam, love. Love is always an option. And this is why I personally believe in a savior who, as part human and part God, showed me how to choose love. He showed me that love is always an option. And then I just get to practice every day. I just get to practice choosing love every day for the rest of my human brain life. That's it. Some days I choose it, and some days I choose to buy 60 eggs and smash them into a tree. Hold on to your power. You and you alone have the power to choose for you what you think and feel. And if you want to learn how to choose love when it feels absolutely impossible in your situation, schedule a free session with me and let's chat about it. Okay. All right, everyone. I hope that you have a beautiful weekend and practice choosing love so that you can feel love this weekend for you. All right. I will see you soon. Take care, everyone.